Hey everyone, it is Chainsaw Gears 12 here with my review Wednesday of Triviums in Waves. So, I'm going to jump in and tell you the song list in chronological order, and then I'm going to jump into a little bit of information about the album, and then I'm going to jump into my opinion. So, let's just go through the songs. Okay. So, sorry if I mess up any of these song titles. There's a few on here that I'm not sure how to pronounce a word. So, if you can help me out, that'd be great. Okay, here we go with the songs. Capsizing the Sea, In Waves, Inception of the End, Dusk Dismantled, Watch the World Burn, Black, A Skyline Severance, I think that's one of them that I might mess up, Ensnare the Sun, Built to Fall, Caustic, Are the Ties That Bind, another one I'm not for sure, Forsake Not the Dream, Drowning in Slow Motion, A Gray So Dark, Chaos Reigns, Of All These Yesterdays, Leaving This World Behind, Shattering the Skies Above, and Slave New World if you got the digital download. So let me give you a little information on the backstory of this album before we actually get into my review and talking about how I feel about it. So, their original drummer, Travis Smith, who has been with them from, I think, the first record, I'm pretty sure. I know that after Shogun in 2010, he left because of family issues, or he was tired of being away from home, so he went home and they had to do a search and find the drummer, and they found a drummer, Nick Augusto. Yeah, that's right, yeah. And he's known more for being a black metal drummer, I think, because there was a lot of talk about he used to be in other bands, and I'm pretty sure I can just look it up, but I'm just doing this as I go. And everybody was been asking if he's going to do blast beats, and in the record, if you listen, there are some blast beats, but rest assured, Trivium fans, he sounds like he's a great fit for the band, and he sounds like he has no issue or problem playing with the music that was written before in Waves. So with that out of the way, and so now we get to the record part. So, as you know, this album, it's not been almost a year, but it came out last year, so this review is really late. But I wanted to talk about it because the fact is, the musical change is so different and so like not too different to the point where it doesn't even sound like Trivium. They went to a direction of they wanted to simplify their music. They wanted to get the point across in a different way, and the way that Matt Heafy, if you don't know who that is, that's the vocalist and the rhythm guitarist / lead guitarist. He plays solos, blah, blah, blah. Regardless, the main vocalist, Matt Heafy, he decided that he wanted to focus more on his singing rather than screams. There are screams on this record, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't just him doing the screams. It was also the other guitarist, Corey, and also Paulo. Hopefully that's saying his name right. But they wanted to, that's what they do live. They both do screams. Corey does more screaming than Paulo does, if I'm saying his name right, hopefully. But anyways, so the way that Matt Heafy decided he wanted to go to more vocally of singing rather than screaming. And if you notice on the record, there is multiple spots and multiple things on this record that are brand new to Trivium fans because it's stuff they've never done before. And I can't remember the song in particular off the top of my head, but there's a song, the riff starts off, sounds really clean, it sounds like, to me, and I swear when I heard this, I was like, this can't be a Trivium song, because the intro threw me off to the point where I thought it was a punk song, some punk band playing some clean riff, and it scared me. It's not like a mellow riff from like a ballad of a metal band. I'm talking about like a riff that sounds like a bunch of chords playing on clean, and I was like, oh. But then the song kicked in, I was like, okay, that sounds better. So my whole view on this thing is that they kept their thrash roots, but they didn't expose it to the point where that's completely the album, like a whole, like this is not a Shogun 2, and this is not a this is a whole new thing, really what it is, what I'm trying to boil it down to. It's a new path. Like the path was, there was two paths. They were coming along, and they were like, okay, do we go Shogun route, or we just take the Shogun path and just do a Shogun 2 basically, and write more technical riffs and get and stay in that technical position that we got in Shogun, because we hit a point, because that in Shogun was the point where their riffs were like they went to a whole other level in writing technical stuff and really getting more technical with their music and the word technical and blah blah blah. But they could either go a Shogun route, or they can take a newer route where they can explore more music and explore more things that they could possibly put into their music, and that's the way they did. And like I said before, there's new things on this album, because Matt Heafy said in a Metal Hammer, which is a magazine interview, that he said there are things on this album that have not been done before by our band. And he's right, there are some things. But some good key points, some good things about this record is In Waves is the single that they released first, and it sounds like a Trivium song. It sounds really heavy. A lot of people have said, like, in regards to the song, like, it's good, but it's not as good as the older stuff. And in my opinion, I feel like it's a good enough song to let me know that the band still has the thrash roots, but they want to explore more options, and they're not going to stray too far from what they came from. They're going to explore new routes and throw in new stuff, kind of like what Metallica did when they went from And Justice for All to the Black Album. And of course, people are like, well, is he going to say that? And yes, because Metallica hit their career point. They hit the point where their riffs were so technical. Like, at their time, And Justice for All was their most technical album, and they went from that to the Black Album, which still kept their thrash roots, but they went in a more modern era. They went into like a more modern type of metal, and so new people could hear it, and the mainstream could hear it, and that was the fourth record, And Justice for All, to the fifth Black Album. And weirdly, the Trivium fourth record was Shogun, fifth album, In Waves. That's just a little weird, but I can understand the point, because like Metallica and also now Trivium, both bands went through 4 albums of thrash, heavy, fast-playing stuff, and only a few minor things here and there that really slowed that stuff down. They could cool off and not play just fast, alternate picking riffs all the time. So Trivium decided to go that route where they wanted to slow stuff down, and like Matt Heafy said, when they had to wait longer to get into the studio, they went back to their old music and changed a lot of things and simplified their stuff and really broke down stuff and really tried to fix things and make it sound more appealing. So in regards to this album, in my opinion, after discussing all that, I feel like the best tracks on here, in my opinion, are Capsize in the Sea, which is a lead-in to In Waves, which sounds great. Piano, it's really cool and eerie. I like that. In Waves, Inception of the End, Black, Drowning in Slow Motion, Of All These Yesterdays, and Leaving This World Behind are my favorite songs, and I think they really show the band in its new form of light. The other songs, don't get me wrong, the other songs are good. I like this album. This album's a great album. It's got new things, it's got the old thrash roots, but those songs that I named off are some of my favorite. Like, they are my favorite out of the whole album. I will listen to the whole album, not have a problem. I'm just saying is to the whole discussion before, because I'm so late on this review, but regardless, the band really showed a new side, and a lot of fans, or not hardcore fans are going to stay with them no matter what, but a lot of people who heard their old stuff like Shogun was like, hey, where's that technical riff? Where's those fast guys? Where are they at? They're still here, but you just got to accept the fact that they want to try something new, and who knows, maybe the next record will be a half and half of In Waves 2 and a Shogun 2. Maybe they'll combine both. I don't know, but whatever they do, it's going to be worthwhile to watch and see what they're going to do next, because In Waves to me was a great album, and it really showed that they took this new way of simplifying their stuff in a good way. They actually did this well. And there are some negative, like, big names and big reviewers out there who are saying that this album is not Trivium, or they gave it a negative review because it was overly produced, or it was something was like the band missed something, the band missed that mark. I felt like the band hit that mark, and they hit that mark well. So for this band and for this album, it's a great way to show that if this is the way Trivium's going to sound like from now on, it's be interesting to see what their next album's going to sound like. But there's no telling, and we'll see what happens on down the road. So that is the review, guys, and the rating I give this album is a 9 out of 10. It's a great record. If you don't have it, go check it out. Go check out some footage. If you can, go see them live. Great band, still great, and hopefully they'll come by me soon. I can go see them and review the show, which I will be reviewing a show next week, but I'll get into that later, and you'll see that down the road. So there's the review, guys. So make sure you comment down below and you subscribe. Messed up. For more videos. And that is it, guys. I will see you guys Friday with a weekly metal topic.